Hey everybody, it's Penny, and as promised, today I'm going to do part 2 of my raw food kitchen tour. And so I've laid out a lot of gadgets and things that I use on a regular basis, so I just want you to come along and just see what I've accumulated over the last few years. First of all, I've had some questions about the way that I keep everything in my cabinets and pantry. I just recycle my jars. Basically, I take my jars and like maybe nut butter or something came in this. And then the way I do my labeling, that's just typing paper and a Sharpie marker, and I write on it what it is, and then I use regular like packing tape that you would buy, just at the grocery store or somewhere. And so I will, for example, it came to me, it's raw vanilla powder from Natural Zing. So I just cut that label off of the packaging and stuck it on this glass jar. I really think that keeping things stored in glass jars really makes the shelf life a lot better, it seems to. And so I do save all my jars. Like this was probably a little raw honey, I think. And so I've ran this through the dishwasher, and I'll just put whatever I need to. So I save all my glass jars. These are from the farmer's market from this morning. I'm soaking my greens, and I will end up putting those in the salad spinner in a little bit. I use my salad spinner all the time. I also have obviously this is a steamer, and so yes, we do have some cooked food, especially in the winter and fall and winter months. We love to do steamed vegetables with some type of maybe quinoa or millet or buckwheat groats. We do eat some cooked food, so we don't eat a lot of it, and really in the summer we hardly eat it at all. So my little 9-tray dehydrator does not get very much use in the summertime, but what I have done recently is when I make nut milks, this is the pulp from the Brazil nut milk, and so I have thoroughly dried this, and you can see it's completely crunchy and dried now. I'll run that through my Vitamix, and that will become Brazil nut flour, which I will use maybe when I'm making pizza crusts, different kinds of raw crackers. There's just different recipes that call for nut flours, and it's a lot cheaper than buying it. In my cabinets, these cabinets are cool. They roll in and out, and I've got my nesting bowls and all my little serving bowls. This is little tart pans, so a lot of times I'll make a tartlet, a raw food tartlet. I say a lot of times, I really don't do it that often, but my husband would like it if I did it more often. I also, in a Ziploc bag, I keep all my lids. These are all the lids that I have for all my glass jars. They're just extra lids so that I have them. I use this large 8-cup measuring, really mainly when I'm straining nut milk. So what I use to strain my nut milk, I have out right here. A lot of people use a nut milk bag. I do not. I have, and I do sometimes, but I prefer this little strainer. And so I'll just sit this up on my measuring cup and just strain the milk, and then I press out the extra and then dump it into my dehydrator. So that's kind of how that works. I also have a small strainer that I use when I'm making loose leaf teas. You all know what that is. That is my hatchet, my big chef's knife that I use when I'm cracking into young Thai coconuts. You can see back here in the back, I have a spiruli. I don't have a saladaco, or a salad, the smaller one that makes the real fine angel hair pasta. I loaned that to a friend, and so I mainly just use that. This is such a cool gadget. It's great to travel with. It was Tim Van Orden that turned me onto this, or something like it. This came from the Asian market, and it was $3. So you can change out this plate. This is for grating whatever size of things you want, so they're just interchangeable. You guys, I'm serious. Every raw food kitchen should have this. This is a real fine grater, and then you've got the big slices that you can do. That's super great for like zucchini, if you're going to make zucchini, like the raw lasagna. Now, I do have the mandolin here, which is very, very well respected in our home because we had it. Well, we didn't have it very long, and I was making sweet potato chips one morning, and Gordon was like, oh, let me do that. Well, it cut off the end of his thumb because he didn't have the finger guard on. So we have a great respect for this mandolin, but I really like this version. There's the finger guard down in there. It catches what you're shaving off, and I think I ordered that from Natural Zing. Of course, I have my coffee grinder, which mainly is only used nowadays for my flax seeds. Let's see. This thing is, because I'm a gadget freak, this thing is so cool. Let me see if I can show you. Do you see this? So basically, it's just a little thing, and this comes out, and it's like you can reach down in a small jar and pull out olives or something. So I don't use it very often, but it's cool to have. I have a julienne peeler, which can, in a pinch, if you're traveling, can quickly make zucchini pasta or squash pasta. My regular peeler. I have a little bitty baby whisk that I use when I make salad dressings. This is just a zester, lemon or lime zester. And then this particular ice cream scoop, it's a small scoop. I use this almost exclusively when I make macaroons. And I got this at a restaurant supply store for just a couple of bucks. And then my offset spatula, I've talked a lot about that. I have 2 sizes. And I use those when I'm making my crackers and my corn tortilla chips. It's the absolute best thing when you're spreading out your batter when you're dehydrating something. You can get those at Bed Bath & Beyond for they're super cheap, so maybe like $8. I also have cookie cutters, round cutters that I use when I am making raw cookies or crackers. Sometimes I'll use those. This is just a little reamer that you can ream out the seeds of produce. Of course, my measuring cups. I use a pizza cutter when I am making raw chips and granola. I cut my chips that way. If I want to get super fancy, this is probably from Pampered Chef. It is it's just a different way to cut it. It's going to give it a little serrated, well, I don't know what you call it, edge. I have measuring, everybody's got those. Measuring cups. This measuring cup's very cool, and I use it, Metric Wonder Company. Metric Wonder Cup. I use it when a recipe calls for a certain amount of nut butter, because you put it in there, and then basically you just, when you're going to dump it in, you just do this. So it's like a totally clean way to measure sticky ingredients. I highly recommend that. And then one of my most used kitchen items is my Omega juicer. It's a single gear juicer, so it's not as expensive as the Green Star, but man, it's a great juicer. It got me through my juice feast, and it is still going strong. Love, love, love my ice cream freezer. I use it all the time in the summer, and somebody asked if I cooked with vanilla, because I saw that in my cupboard the other day, and I make lavender. They asked me about lavender, and yes, I make lavender ice cream. It's in Raw Food Real World. It's a great recipe. It's one of my favorites. My 14-cup food processor was a gift that my husband bought for me. Any special occasion, birthday, Mother's Day, Christmas, this is how I've outfitted my kitchen. I don't ask for anything other than equipment. And then I've got, of course, my precious Vitamix, and I have 2 canisters. One is wet and one is dry. And so some's in my dishwasher right now getting clean. So basically, I think that's about everything that I use on a regular basis. So I really would love to hear, if you have something that I don't have that you think I need, you tell me about it. I'll be sure to tell my husband. I'm sure he'll be thrilled. But, I'm all about fixing up my kitchen so that I can have everything I need so that I have no reason to fail. I have no reason to fail at Raw Food. So I just want to encourage you today to think about what you need that will help you along your journey, and I'll see you later. Bye.